How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting. Welcome back to Mamiya. Sorry for last week's missing it out, but I went to that awesome anime NYC convention. It was really fun. Lots of good stuff. I got some pictures in the community tab if you haven't seen it, one of which is this shirt, which I'm wearing again because I just did laundry and I couldn't say no. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you being around. I hope you had a fantastic holiday if you're in the United States. And I think there's also other stuff going on. Well, I don't know, whatever. I'm glad you're here watching this video, so thank you for doing that. And just, yeah, we're going to be trying to save Marichika Haruki. But keep in mind, there should be some new announcements coming up for the channel in the near future, so hopefully that won't take too long. I'm currently dealing with a lot of stuff right now, but I'm hoping it'll die down. I've got some plans for the near future that should be interesting. I don't know. I'm interested to see what we can do with the channel, and I want to kind of push things further than I have till now. It's about time I step it up a bit, and I think I've got some good ideas of how to do so. So hopefully you'll stick around for that, but let's jump right back into the story. So we've been having trouble. We have to track him down, which is difficult when he A, doesn't have a home, B, has been elusive on the cell phone and didn't even give us the right number. But our determination has kind of borne fruit. Now we've finally been able to contact him by absolutely just BS ways. We found one of the girls he'd hung out with occasionally, used her to like lure him in, and now we've caught up with him. So let's see how we can handle Marichika and see if we can help him move forward in his life. So, I cut the inside of my mouth. My birthday, huh? Oh yeah, that's right. We were asking him about his birthday. Right. It was in the spring, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, Mamiya here.
Haruki,
What?
do you really think you have what it takes to understand others? Do you truly believe you can escape your loneliness?
Shut up.
Don't get your hopes up. When you open your heart, your deepest, most vulnerable part will quickly be betrayed.
Just shut the heck up already. I'm sick of listening to you. Alright. Last time, I managed to get a little closer to Marichika Haruki. Today should go even better. He might even buy me a cake. Oh yeah, we got drunk. That was a big part of that. But Marichika Haruki, good morning. Huh? His reaction wasn't quite like what I expected. Marichika Haruki. Yeah? Shut up. This wasn't looking good. The evening we'd spent together had been a good time for me. What's with the laugh track? Did he not feel the same way? The small CRT in the waiting room of the old station played a lively talk and variety show. Surrounded by dirty concrete walls, we sat and watched it without thinking much. Marichika Haruki seemed to have given up on me after the day we fought. I'd given up on him too. The distance between us was never greater nor short, which seemed to suit us well. He was still smoking his cigarettes, while I was still following him around. That was all there was to it. I looked at his fingers holding the cigarette, occasionally tapping off the ash. They were white and bony. Silver ring was the most glaring feature. Oh, there was a red mark on one of them. It made me think of blood congestion. Had he lost a ring? Or had he perhaps thrown it away because of something? That would have been strange, considering it was something he held onto long enough for it to leave a mark. What could have happened to that ring? It's time. Yeah. See ya. You too. Marichika Haruki crushed the butt of his cigarette and disappeared into the platform. He normally used his motorbike, so why was he taking a train now? Who would he meet? And what was with that removed ring? Could it have been somehow related? I had no idea. The only thing I felt for certain was the smell of tobacco mixing with the ambient noise. It reminded me of the cigarette I'd smoked to his urging. I'm back. Or is it Tadaima? I stepped in and had a look around. The room I had just greeted was completely barren of warmth. The TV I'd watched earlier seemed to have an effect on me. It made the silence in here feel all the more grating. With every breath I took, I realized I was alone. A feeling of profound solitude permeated my heart. Marichika Haruki. I didn't want to give up on you. I wanted us to become good friends who could understand one another. But then I wanted and agreed with what you said. People could never truly relate to one another. We were all strangers carrying our own brand of loneliness. I never felt this lonely back when I was still alive. I had my family back home and though I didn't talk much in school, I'd accepted it as the place where I belonged. But how was it now? I'm like a complete outsider. My voice bounced off the walls and almost made me want to cry. I was no longer a part of this world. I was a spectator whose very existence was forbidden. I didn't belong here. That gigantic space filled with bookshelves came to mind, and the sheer size of it filled me with dread. There were so many stories there, and Marichika Haruki's existed as just a tiny portion of it. It was the world he lived in. You call yourself lonely? Then what am I? Where do I belong? Where do I go? Who are my friends? Where had all the warmth gone? Where had I left it? It's all your fault. I couldn't stop thinking about the mark left by that ring. Even so, I'm doing my best to save him. That's...
Haruki.
Shut up.
Relax, Haruki.
Don't you effing show yourself to me.
It's okay. You're not alone. Everything will be all right. Just call me by my name. Please?
Mamiya.
Yes, good. I'm Mamiya. And I'll always be here for you.
So, how exactly did he become like that?
You mean Haruki? I don't know anything, hon.
And do you?
Well, he's a liar, that's for sure. I wouldn't believe every word. I wouldn't believe every word he says. But I do feel sorry for him. It's enough to set off my motherly instincts and hook hopeless women like me.
Come on, Ayaka. You're not hopeless.
God, if only I fell in love with a guy like you, I'd have become so happy.
Let's have a couple drinks together.
Wait, Natsumi, you smoke?
Oh, you mean this? I started recently. Needed something in my mouth. Bad thing to pick up. I don't know anything about Marichika Haruki. I remembered the gentle light of the church. He was a little bashful, but treated me with kindness when I was still a boy. Oh, it's you.
Huh?
You're the one who sings off rhythm.
Yeah, I was looking at the sheet again, but I didn't really understand it.
Are you practicing?
Yeah, I want to be better at singing.
Aren't you diligent? And just like that, with the cross dangling from his neck, he went and helped me practice. He was such a normal, commendable young man back then, so why did he end up like that? What happened between then and now? Hi. Hey. After exchanging a look and a brief greeting, we fell completely silent. That was the path we'd chosen. It didn't want to make him mad. I refused to admit that we could never understand one another. Without any friction, neither of us would get hurt. However... So, did you stop going to church? Huh? I had to break the ice. It was the only way to save him. I wasn't here to get close to him. He could hurt me or curse me out all he wanted. It wouldn't matter. I was just an outsider. My only goal here was to prevent his death. Well, I mean, you can sing hymns, can't you? It's none of your business. It'd give you more it'd give you more peace in a back alley or some stranger's bedroom, you know. Listen, could you maybe teach me some hymns? I don't remember any.
But you sang at Natsumi's funeral.
I forgot that too.
Why are you so opposed to turning your life around?
I closed the distance between us.
Are you this fond of being a self-destructive loner?
I don't need to listen to your bullcrap.
Yes, you do. If I don't stop you here, you'll end up getting taken by Mamiya.
I grabbed him by his clothes to keep him bound. Let me go.
Don't pretend like it's easier to live alone, or that you just want to avoid getting chained down.
I said let me go.
You're just incapable of loving others.
At that moment, he bent forward. He seemed to reach for his boot, but then suddenly a knife appeared between his fingers.
How long had it been there?
The blade shone like midwinter moon. Its faint glimmer made me gasp. I'll kill you.
I know you can't do that.
Just leave me the heck alone! He charged at me, but was so full of openings I could make him drop the knife by simply landing a chop on his wrist.
Gah!
Before he could pick the knife back up, I kicked it aside. It slid far away with a metallic hiss. You son of a... Not giving him a chance to get up, I stepped on his hand.
Gah!
Get the heck off me! I stepped harder. He moaned and eventually gave up on his struggling.
You're just running away! From me, from others, even from yourself, and you're only doing it because you're scared of being hurt. I wanted to understand you, and I tried to think of the way you do, but I felt like I was being consumed by your loneliness.
I nearly vomited from the welling anxiety within me.
Why would you choose to be in such a dark place?
Get your foot off me!
Why aren't you seeking warmth?
Get it off!
What happened in your past to make you like this?
The tragedy of it all brought me to tears. The burden he carried, the fact that he'd chosen to give up like he did, it filled me with an unbearable amount of grief. The tears rolled down my cheeks and trickled onto the back of his hand. Hey. Tears are pretty darn lukewarm and gross, aren't they?
Shut up.
A part of me wanted to step on him harder. The past isn't something worth mentioning. I've had my share of everyday joys and resentment as well. This also isn't the first time someone's told me that I'm incapable of love. The fact I can't even refute it makes those words sting like no other. I'm not exactly upstanding citizen if you catch my drift. I'm trouble for anyone involved, and there's plenty of people out there who hate my guts. But a part of me believed that one day I could love and be loved in return. That's all in the past now, though.
That's not what
You'll deny that. You're that type of guy. But as good a guy as you are, you can't see into the future either. Exactly. Only when I die will people know if I was just some empty android. The thin layer of snow was melting. The crescent knife on the open asphalt was losing its glimmer. Even so,
I believe in you.
Ha!
I'm serious.
I took my foot off his hand and picked up the knife.
Morishika Haruki, I believe you can love me.
I held the knife in reverse.
I believe it with all my heart.
And forced it into my own abdomen.
Whoa, wait, what the fetch? Why?
A beautiful light was leaking in through the foggy window.
What?
Morishika Haruki squinted as the light fell upon him. His side profile carried a certain sinfulness, like kissing thorns under divine light. My groan made Morishika Haruki stop reading.
What is this place?
An abandoned building. No one's using it, so it's where I spend some of my nights.
I see. For a second, I thought I was in heaven.
Don't be ridiculous. It was indeed an abandoned building. It looked like it could collapse at any moment, which I admittedly found a little scary.
However, that very unpredictability felt like a representation of Morichika Haruki himself. Thanks. Huh? You fixed up my stomach. Yeah. Did you think I would die? Stop talking, damn it. I should have just left you there. I'm glad you didn't. I was right to believe in you. I'm pretty tough, but it was still a huge gamble. Man, you're a piece of work. As I expected, the wound itself wasn't that bad. It was a bit of sleep and enough to put me back in good health. Okay, just a flesh wound. No big deal at all. Fetch. Boy, am I hungry. Morichika Haruki looked at me as if he couldn't believe what I had just said. I grinned back at him in response. Sorry, unlike you, I'm pretty stubborn. Ooh, look at that. The leather sofa was full of overused springs. It couldn't take them much of an impact, and the toughness of it made me grimace. Morichika Haruki was lying on the sofa like he was already used to it, though. He was also smoking a cigarette, seemingly in an attempt to calm himself. The dark room was slowly getting filled by smoke. The only thing to break the silence was the droning sound of some boring program on the radio. What were the hosts saying? I didn't even care, but I couldn't be bothered to turn it off. Shiny flakes of dust floated around the room. The way they sluggishly drifted through the air made it look like they were tired. The sense of fatigue here made me feel comfort, unlike anything I'd felt before. Gonna drink? He gave me some canned cola. I took it and promptly cracked it open. The can made a pleasant-sounding pop before releasing the carbonated drink. Stopping its flow with my lips, I began hastily drinking it up. The particular atmosphere of this abandoned building, it being winter time, and the cold cola combined to hit me like few things could. Once I'd finished my first sip, I looked to the side for no reason at all. There I saw the face of a talented, beautiful young man. Was the future bright or clouded in darkness? It no longer mattered to me. All that mattered now was the present. As long as I enjoyed the present, I felt like I didn't need to worry about anything. This must have been what Morichika Haruki had learned long ago. Hey, stop that. We played around, drank some cola, then collapsed on the tough, plain sofa. There was no need for words. I brought my face close and smiled. Only we could hear each other's laughter. They're just crazy. The blood out of my stomach. His ever-coughing respiratory system. None of it mattered to me anymore. We were in a place where we could afford not to care about such things. We just had to spend the day having fun. It was fine if the future was bleak. Come what may, it'd be alright. There was only one thing we wished for. The taste of cola. We wanted things to stay as they were now. I woke up shivering in the cold. I checked the time to see it was at least 6 in the morning, the coldest time of the day. Morichika Haruki? I crawled up from the floor and looked at the sofa. Morichika Haruki was sleeping peacefully. Your sleeping face. Careful not to wake him up, I touched his hair. It's my first time seeing it. I saw his eyelids quiver. I'm off to grab something to eat. How about you? I'm coming along, obviously. You know me by now, don't you? Shut up. Hey, Morichika, pay your tab already. Sure, one day. What? I don't have much on me. Huh? Hey, I ain't treating ya. Ow. The wound from yesterday opened back up. God, it hurts so much. I won't heal until I get some roasted pork ramen. Are you serious? We were just fine yesterday. Despite nearly popping a vein, Morichika Haruki ended up ordering 2 servings of ramen. Wow, it's so good. You know some good places, huh? Course I do. Your wound. Does it still hurt? Huh?
Here, have one of my roasted pork.
Thanks.
He kept eating his ramen without saying another word. I'm glad I pretended to be hurt. After finishing my roasted pork, I looked up at the steam-covered ceiling.
That was good. Thank you.
Despite his attitude, Marchika Haruki insisted I didn't owe him for this. He was so scared you'd think it was the first time he'd ever hurt someone. He actually made me feel ecstatic.
Is it just me, or have you two been smelling like tobacco as of late?
Huh? Really?
Wait, do you actually smoke?
It's just secondary smoke. Stop lying, dummy. You're actually right, Tojo. Guy started smoking recently, so feel free to be disillusioned with him.
Hey, don't say that.
Huh?
Besides, I'm not an addict or anything. I only smoke every now and then. Not all the time. Oh, you enjoying it in moderation. That's so mature.
Whoa, hold up a sec. That's not how you reacted to my smoking. Jeez, don't force yourself to smoke if you can't handle it.
You're worried about me?
No.
Gosh darn it, I said I'm not worried. Now stop smoking.
I can't believe you're the one saying that now. I finally understood. The only way to keep Marchika Haruki in check was to hurt myself. At some point, I'd made it a habit to smoke. Make sure to treasure me, alright? You say something?
No.
They are weird.
So what now? You gonna play some pachinko or go bet on the horses?
I want to go to the zoo.
Huh?
Hearing that from him was so strange that I couldn't help coming along.
You enjoy things more than I thought.
I haven't been to a zoo in years, though, man. It reeks of animals in here. It was a Wednesday, so the zoo was cool and still. Making our way down the path blanketed by leaves, we silently walked around and looked at the animals. No matter how adorable a particular critter was, Marchika Haruki didn't react with anything more than a simple, Sounds like me at the zoo. Was he enjoying this? Was I getting in the way of it? Like, I like going to the zoo, but, like, you won't hear me do much more than just say, like, huh, that's interesting. As I became somewhat worried, he finally stopped before a single cage. In it, there were gray wolves. After all the walking, he stopped and looked at these wild beasts. What's with that one? One of them sleeping in a different place.
Oh, you're right. That's unusual. Wolves tend to live in packs.
Marchika Haruki said nothing more. With his lips slightly parted, he simply continued watching the wolf that was separated from the others. You know, humans are so weak. We can't even properly sleep without clothing, heating, and blankets. I knew it all along. People can't live without relying on others. Even those who believe in themselves to be self-sufficient are actually just relying on hidden blessings from someone else. But I watched his back as he walked away, unable to fully comprehend the meaning behind his intense gaze he'd given that wolf.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing to...
Marchika Haruki!
I started rubbing his back as he crouched down.
We need to find you a doctor.
Pipe down. This ain't no big...
Shut up! Grab my shoulder. Come on, cheer up already.
No one asked you to take me here.
Good thing the zoo had a medical office, huh?
Don't make a big deal out of it.
See what I mean? I let you use this place, so get some rest before leaving, okay?
Huh?
Did he fall asleep? He must have been real exhausted.
Suddenly, a gust of wind blew through the slightly opened window. As the thin curtain danced in the air, he is here, isn't he? There you are, you son of a gun. A young girl appeared.
Hello.
You're Mami. She put a finger over my lips, forcing me into silence.
Don't make noise. You wouldn't want to wake him.
Why do you show yourself to me?
Well, I wanted to see what kind of person you were. Or perhaps you could say that I came to eliminate the pesky virus that I'm so insistent on saving Haruki.
The smell of antiseptic made my body feel heavy. So I'm the virus here now. You're the one leading Marchika Haruki towards certain death.
Make no mistake. It is not my intention to make him suffer. If anything, you're the one forcing him to live when he himself has given up. You're forcefully extending his life. Do you think he wants a life of being hooked up to tubes? Do you really think this world is superior to the tracheocosm? You don't even know his pain.
Oh, but I do. All too well. I won't abandon him. I'll save him and make sure that being like you has no chance to worm themselves into his life.
You are welcome to try.
The strong breeze made me close my eyes. I could feel the light shining over my eyelids, and when I opened them, Marchika Haruki was nowhere in sight.
Marchika Haruki? Haruki? I'm not sure. He didn't come to me.
I see. Thank you. Where are you? I spent all day running around Shinjuku, and by the time I found him, it was well into the morning hours. The early morning sun seemed to burn my eyes. Huh? I looked down at him, barely breathing. He was like a tattered piece of cloth. Don't you have anything to say? Give me a cig. Just give me a cig. I took a cigarette and lighter out of my pocket. I smoked it myself. Hey! It had begun to snow. The first light of the morning illuminated us both. The snowflakes danced in the wind, taking the scent of tobacco with them. Hey! Stop effing smoking! It doesn't suit you, damn it! And whose fault do you think that is? Huh? You. You're the one who got me into it. The smoke stung my eyes. The morning light shone cruelly over Marchika Haruki's emotionless face. It's all your fault. Are you an idiot? I already know what's going on in your head. Don't try to disappear just to avoid feeling loss. You know how painful it is. So why do you force it onto others? There was a plastic bag next to it. That was odd. He really had things with him. He had actually bought something? What's this? Whatever. Open it. I opened the plastic box in the bag. There was a messy mix of fresh cream and something sponge-like inside. What's this? A cake. I was puzzled. This was so unlike him. Are you trying to quit smoking by switching over to sweets? It's for your birthday, dummy. His words shocked me like nothing else. He remembered it. You should look after yourself too. I was at a loss for words. Before I knew it, it had become dark, and enough snow had fallen for Tokyo to be blanketed in white. We lay on the fresh snow. The two of us were situated parallel to the silent road. We could see the moon in the sky above. We had no idea when a car would come, but we just lay down and continued breathing in silence. By doing so, we felt like we had become one with the air and our worries dispersed like smoke. Sing something for me. Huh? You know, like a birthday song. Screw you. Oh, okay then. I began singing it to myself. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear me.
How about you sing instead of laughing?
Nah.
The snow fell onto our faces. There were little stars. They were like stars. Silence. The traffic lights were shining orange. The snow took on light, reflecting it. It was winter, but the surroundings were now covered in a warm color. My vision turned blurry from tears, making it seem like the city lights were sparkling. Did you know that that evening on Mars is blue? An evening it wasn't a fiery red, a cold, cool evening. I'm glad this isn't Mars. The kindness in his voice filled my heart with pain. Happy birthday, Natsumi. Happiness. You and me, we both just wanted happiness. Oh man, this cig tastes like crap. It didn't matter if I was no better than a walking pile of garbage. I just wanted to sleep, within the stagnant air, free of any kind of thrills. I didn't care if this turned me to dust. I didn't care if I couldn't get up. I just wanted to sleep without the fear of death. We were in church. It was a place he hadn't visited no matter how many times we'd met up. His expression, combined with the way he was sitting, and the position of his hands, made it seem like he was praying. You can't smoke in here. What are you, a priest? Well, I guess you're kind of like one. The warm evening fell over the church. The divinity of its glow made me feel as though this place was closer to heaven than any other. Morishika Haruki looked at me like I was dazzling. That faint hint of sorrow in his eyes nearly made me gasp. You always used to sit over there. I remember thinking that there was a certain desperation in the way you prayed. What are you talking about? Nothing. Forget I said anything. Morishika Haruki, let me grant you a miracle. To me? Who else? You're no god. That's true. I'm no god. But I can at least pray for your good fortune. And that's supposed to be a miracle. Well, I'm pretty lucky, if I do say so myself. Seriously, you gotta be kidding me. That's not the impression I'm getting from you. But I did meet you. And what's that if not a miracle? God, you're so embarrassing. I guess I am. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Pouting his lip, Morishika Haruki fell silent. You probably won't find it easy to believe in miracles. But if you take a slightly better look, and find it in yourself to believe that you can cause miracles, I'll give you my protection. If I can believe in myself? Morishika reached into his coat pocket and took out a silver cross necklace. He brought it to his lips and took a deep breath. At times, his closed eyes occasionally opened. At others, he closed them so tightly it seemed like almost though he was grimacing. Some time passed, and when he finally opened his eyes, they looked right at me. I'm ready to believe. I'll believe in this crappy world or whatever god there is. I'll believe in you, the miracle I missed out on, and in myself. So please, grant me a miracle. Thank you. Thank you, Morishika Haruki. Don't worry. It'll be okay. I'll lead you to happiness no matter what. I may not know where your happiness lies, but I don't mind if it's not with me. As long as you find peace and can sleep well enough to hear the choirs of angels. Even if you don't need me, at least let me wish you good night. December, 4th Friday. Tokyo, during the year in which the world was prophesied to end. The 4th Friday of the final month of the year. With Natsumi's memorial mass over, all the participants went to visit his grave. Morishika Haruki was standing against the wall in front of the church, listlessly looking up at the sky. Yo,
Did you pick an item? I wouldn't be in this this place if I didn't. Guess that's true. The memorial mass, huh? I didn't think I'd ever meet him again. I heaved a sigh of relief, knowing that this enigmatic young man who drifted from place to place like smoke seemed to have finally set his feet firm on the ground. Let's just go.
Yeah, let's go visit Natsumi's grave.
The public cemetery was in open air some distance away from the church. Various graves were lined up in clouded areas sprinkled with green. We stopped in front of one. It was just like all the others, lacking any distinguishing features. And it belonged to Natsumi Soichiro. In other words, me. A strong gust of wind blew past us. Even so, Marichika Haruki walked to the grave with a steadfast pace, looking firm and resolute. What he'd chosen to give Natsumi was a cross necklace. The cross necklace? Yeah, I don't need it anymore.
But why?
Don't get it wrong. I'm not being pessimistic. There ain't no God. I knew that all along, and felt it repeatedly in the hospital bed. Even still, I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of that thing. I needed something to cling to, but I no longer do. It's my turn to give someone happiness. Marichika Haruki grasped the necklace tightly before placing it on the Natsumi's coffin.
So does this mean that...
Shut up, we're done here. Let's go.
Wait!
Seemingly embarrassed, Marichika Haruki quickly walked away. But his positive thoughts made me so happy it almost hurt.
Yeah. From now on, you'll live the rest of your life making plenty of other people happy. I'm sure he'll be glad.
We looked back at Natsumi's coffin one last time before walking away.
Let's go, Marichika Haruki.
I could tell you not to follow me around, but you'll come along anyway, won't you?
You know me too well.
Want to go grab a drink? As long as you pay for it.
Sure, but only if you beat me at billiards.
Ta! Bring it on.
I had no idea what awaited us beyond the hill, beyond the end of this story. However, it's fine. I'm sure you'll draw up a wonderful world. I believe in you.
Come on, hurry up. You won't have time to practice.
You didn't let me practice at all when we played darts.
Shut up. Let's just go.
Good grief. Let's go then, and find out what awaits us beyond that light.
Haruki Maruka sighed, ending.
That was sweet. Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure this kind of ending made your friend happy? All right. You may just enjoy bathing in your happiness without knowing the truth, bystander.
Oh, okay, so now Mamiya's talking to me, huh? That's not good. I'm interested to see how this is all going to go, but that was the end of the Haruki ending. That was very cool. And I was better prepared for it this time now that I knew what to look for, so we was able to end it on a perfect note. So that's where we're going to end today's episode for sure. But hey, now we'll have to jump into, we have 2 more stories to cover, and then I'm guessing some finale, like some way to tie up all the ending for at least Natsumi, because I think Natsumi is the final ending. We got to see how he finds happiness, right? So we'll have to see how that all plays out. But thank you guys so much for joining me for this story. As always, it's a pleasure having you here. It really means the world to me that you spend time here. I'm more aware than ever at just how lucky I am. And I hope that as I start making a little bit of changes to the channel, nothing super dramatic, we're going to still have visual novels and stuff all the time, but there will be some changes. And as I experiment with these changes and really try and push things further than we've gone before, I hope you'll always know that I am listening for you and want to know what you guys think about things. So thank you so much for everything you offer. It really, really means a lot to me. And thank you to the patrons who are dedicating and like supporting the stream directly. You guys are awesome. I don't deserve you. Thank you so much. But of course, anybody who's watching this, I don't deserve you either. Every one of you. Thank you for all you do. And I look forward to sharing this story next week again. So until next week, watching me, I've seen you next. I'll see you there.